Hello everyone, welcome to your daily reading for Wednesday, October 9th, 2019. I am Natalie, I am psychic, and I'm here to channel your energies back to you in this tarot reading. So all of this reading could resonate, part of this reading could resonate, or none of this reading can resonate. Regardless if I'm channeling your energies today or not, I hope you find something enjoyable, entertaining, insightful, and valuable in the moments that we have together. Okay? Ooh. There was something in my dream. I'm so sorry I didn't write it down. There was something in my dream that I was supposed to tell you guys, and I didn't do my thing that I do that makes sure I'm going to wash my hair like soon, maybe tomorrow, I promise. That I do to make sure that I remember the dream the next day and all day next day, and I didn't do it, and I'm sorry, but it was important. I feel so bad. I'm sorry, guys. We'll see if it comes up and it jogs my memory. And then in the morning I went straight into personal readings. So everyone waiting for a personal reading, I am working my way to you, my love. I swear, and thank you for the trust and the confidence and the patience and the understanding, my dears. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times. Thank you. And thank you for everyone who's been good karma donations. Thank you so much for that. It's really deeply appreciated. I know what it takes. I know from having nothing, maybe it takes you a few hours to earn, I remember being on like a daily wage. I remember all of that, okay? So it's not like I take it for granted. I just want you to know that. So for everyone who's been generous with me and kind with me and giving me these good karma donations and donating to the Artigan and our mission and what we're doing and everything that I'm building, thank you for being a part of that. You're contributing your energy, and you're like one of the little bricks in the little the Natalinian structure that I'm building here. So thank you. I mean, really, from the bottom of my heart, that really, it means a lot to me, because like I said, I come from like the working class and like Union Strong and like all this stuff. So I just really, I feel it. I feel that you might not have this surplus of money and abundance and everything, that it means nothing to you to give me a little bit of what. No, it really means a lot. It really means a lot. So honestly, from the bottom to the top of my heart, thank you to everyone who's been gifting the Artigan with good karma donations. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so let's see what the message is today. Oh, there is something. What is it? Oh. Ooh. Someone's facing their fears. You or someone close to you, you're really, you're taking that cognitive dissonance, you're taking that, oh, it's a problem, I'm not going to deal with it, I'm not going to deal with it, I'm not going to, and you're really chewing on it. You're really putting it in front of yourself in order to move past it. This is very self-done. This is, I know it's a major arcana. This energy is coming through you and to you in your life, and you're going with it. It's very mature. It's actually very, very much about you're someone, or you're connected to someone who wants to like harness the energies and grow through them and past them. And it's like this opportunity is coming through your life, and you're taking it on and you're doing it. So I applaud you for that. You're really, really special in that, because not everyone will go to the top of the mountain. Not everyone will leave the village behind, leave conformity, leave convention, leave what's expected of them to go off to the top of the mountain and intuit and really feel the pain. That's what the hermit does. He goes off alone to feel the pain, because what do we normally do? We avoid it, we compartmentalize, or we numb that devil energy. Drugs. You're out there, I don't know, oh, you're doing drugs, you're out there, you're reaching, you're drinking the alcohol, you're smoking, you're having sex, you're doing like all this stuff, and you're avoiding feeling the pain. It's really all just fake. It's not real. It's not love. It's not truth. And this is someone that we're connecting with. You or this other person who is really kind of walking into it, walking into the pain, walking into the truth. Why? It's almost like you're analyzing your own behavior. It's like maybe you have suffered a loss or a disappointment, or you recognize something in the past that you missed out on. There's something that inspired you. The star. For me, the star card is always the star, that little light in his lantern, because there is a light that you're following. There is something that's leading your way. It's lighting the way. In a cloak of darkness, it's the source of light that you can follow, that you can find. Think about it. If you're in the middle of darkness and then the light goes on, a little match or something, you follow it. It's the only way to go. It's the only, it's the only real source of energy, the only other source of energy in the middle of the dark. You're a light, you're a source of energy, and then the light goes a little. So you're following it, and you're what it's leading you to is back to yourself. It's leading you back to yourself. And when you go within and you figure, you're asking yourself, I feel you're self-assessing. It's like, why did I do this? Why did I not do this? And you're letting where you kind of have that cognitive dissonance. It's in your subconscious somewhere. You kind of know where this is going, where it's leading. And it's like you're finally either safe enough to deal with it or mature enough to deal with it, or it's the end of an epoch. It's the end of an era. Yay. I just love to see this. I love to see this energy for you, because you're picking yourself up by your bootstraps. As a Capricorn, okay, cross my heart, whatever, I freaking adore you. For every one of you picking yourselves up by your bootstraps amidst this, they call Earth the marshes energetically, like other energetic beings. It's just such a dark, negative place. So for you to even just like want that for yourself and try, like, I just have all the respect in the world for you. Remember, there's no judgments here on Watch Natalie. I would always rather understand than judge. When you judge something, it's like an alienation. You don't, okay? So you could have even judged yourself for what you did or didn't do in the past, and now you're actually being kinder to yourself by gifting yourself the self-knowledge, the time, it's the attention. It's like you're finally putting your focus on this. They're correcting me. Thank you. It's the attention you're finally giving to this issue. But there was a spark. There was something that's leading the way, or led the way to, what did I just say about attention? This is about being too busy. You were too busy before. It's like you were trying to, you put your energy over here, high, and you pull it back, and then you pull it here, high, and you pull it back, and you're just like, it's like you're always being pulled in all these different directions, or you're allowing yourself to be pulled in all these different directions. And you just let it happen. You just go with the flow when you really have control over your day. We all have the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours. I mean, that's all measuring with solar revolutions. You guys know how I feel about time. But that's what this is interesting. There's something about your day to day that you're changing. There's something about for some of you, it's alcohol. I saw it. I just saw you with a little clink. So no judgments. I love you. So you're finally giving this your attention in the day, where you're not letting I feel like you're actually not, I feel like this is changing. I'm sure it'll come up when we, Capricorn. I'm sure it'll come up when we clarify. But yeah, before you were like, I'm too busy. I have this, I have that. No, it's not real. What's real? Energy and attention. You weren't giving your energy or your attention to the shadow self, to the darkness, to the, the scary things in the closet. You were distracting yourself with work and career and money and travel for some of you. I'm just the messenger. Okay, here we go. I'm back in your story, whoever this is. Oh, you're really going back to why you said no. Now we're channeling this person right here. This person said no to the Holy Grail, remember? So you, my dear, my love, mein Schatz, you're going within to figure out, why did I say no to such a beautiful cup? Why did I say no to such the holiest of grails? I mean, you know, why would I say no to something so great for myself? Like, what's wrong with me that I'm not seeing a good thing for what it is? Oh, you misjudged. Why did I misjudge this? How did this get through my spidey senses? Okay, that's what you're asking yourself here. Did we... Wow, this is strong energy. Whoever is connecting with me, you are really coming on strong. What's the next message? Hold on. This isn't it. It wasn't just this. It looked like this. This could be what led you to go down this path. It was eventually going to lead you to figure out your own internal... Not opening up. You're afraid to really open yourself up to the Holy Grail of love and relationships. Oh my God, you poor baby. You have an anxiety issue. You're like up late at night and like you're tweaking out. You're insecure. You're anxious. This is interesting. So what I'm getting from this is that true love intimidates you. The first energy is always the strongest. Now you're figuring out why being really loved, truly, and loving someone authentically intimidates you. That's why you said no. I'm waiting for the light to come up. I feel like this little light of mine, I feel like that's going to come out hopefully soon. But we're getting now we're getting into this, okay? Here's the saga. Get your Scooby Snacks ready. So you poor little baby, you're so stressed out, you're so anxious, you're so insecure. It's insecurity. Choose who you are in this scenario. Remember, we have like the person who rejected the Holy Grail, and then we have the 3 cups. So you're the boy, the Grail, or the cups. We'll just keep it one word simple. Okay, you're not a boy, you're a man. But let's just, for the sake of simplicity here, or remember, blur the signs, the ages, and the genders. I speak heteronormatively for pure ease and simplicity. So choose who you are here in the story, because it's continuing. And for everyone here for the Scooby Snacks, when it doesn't resonate, you're here for the Scooby Snack. So you're here for what do they call it these days? The tea, or the whatever. So and you've had this actual scene in your life where you've woken up from a nightmare with your hands over your face. I'm getting this really, it's like the only thing I see right now is the hands over the face where you're actually, this is part of the purging. This has to come, everything that's festering under the surface, it has to come out. You have to purge it out. You have to express it in order to let it move on. Sorry, I was playing fetch yesterday. But only with this arm. Okay. Yeah, not opening up, workaholic, too busy. And it's all to cover up this anxiety. You're a very mentally active person. And even your thoughts, it's like the monkey. I love this analogy. It's the monkey. Your attention is the monkey swinging in the trees, okay? And the branches and the trees are all different thoughts. So it's like you're swinging, you grab a branch, you swing, you don't know when you're in the middle of that. Do you like my animated storytelling of the energies? You don't know what branch is ahead of you. You just like reach out for it, but you're so busy. You keep so many different balls in the air that you know someone's going to text you, someone's going to call you, you got to attend to something, that King of Wands energy, someone's going to be pulling on you. Someone's going to be wanting your attention, wanting your whatever. So that's what you grab onto, and you let it take you away from your truth. You've let that alienate you from doing this kind of work. It was a protective mechanism. You don't need that anymore. They're saying this is the end of the era, the end of this era where you are distracting yourself with too much work, where you're closed off, you're not opening up, where you are anxious and nervous and almost like an insomniac. This is my little... For some of you, instead of your hands in your face, you're holding your phone and you're looking at the glow of your screen. You're like this, looking at your phone. What's the next message? They want me to clarify soon, but it's too many cards, but I want a bright spot in all this. Because this is all, I feel like this is actually part of helping you work through this for whoever this is for. Sometimes we need, I'm a mirror for you. I'm just like a husband or a wife or a best friend or a therapist or any other like one-on-one relationship that shows you who you are, that kind of, but shows you it's a healthy mirror. That's why you have to pick good mirrors, because if you pick someone who can only project their fears and their insecurities on you and they're really competitive with you, what do you think they're going to like mirror back to you? They're just going to try to sabotage you. Okay? So that's what I feel like I am in this whole thing for you. Like why we're channeling this is to help whoever this is understand why they let go or they said no to this beautiful cup. It's because they were actually, by accepting that love and truth and light, it couldn't happen because they had yet to deal with all of that. And we'll get into that too, but that's the Knight of Pentacles. They want the cup. They want the Holy Grail. You want the Holy Grail. You're like, okay, I want the Holy Grail. I want the Holy Grail. But you're watching it from afar. You're still a little bit green. You're a little bit hesitant. You're still doing this work. You're still like, why am I so intimidated? Why am I so anxious? What is it? What's my emotional? Why can't I open up? Or, you're still working through that. What's the next message? Ooh. Just 3 cards. They felt like more. Finally. Okay, now we stop. I know it's going to turn. We just did yesterday, what was it? It was rest assured harmony is coming. So we know how this ends. We already know how it ends. And now, I just got really warm again. Oh my God, why? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what this is. I bet it's you. It's someone out there. It's one of you guys. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm too warm. I hope it's not. Okay, so we have the 8 of Staves, the Wheel of Fortune, sorry, I spat, and the Knight of Cups. We have Romeo. You know what I get from this? Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Okay, so, oh my God, we're at 20 minutes already. Oh, hold on. Let me just do this little pause and I'll be right back. Hold on. And we're back. So we have the Romeo energy with the Wheel of... Ooh, so you're going to take a gamble. You're going to take a chance. It's interesting because this is so slow and methodical and like watching from afar. Can't take my eyes off. Ooh, they're showing me Jerry from Conspiracy Theory. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. Conspiracy Theory and Practical Magic and Ace Ventura Pet Detective. What they're showing me about that though is I know he's sort of like, I didn't get that until later. I thought he was totally normal. I believed him. I was totally MK Ultra. I was totally, anyway, actually, I just made a joke to my mother that what I'm doing with like the Artigan, it's like Jerry's newsletter. Anyway, so you're watching from afar. And they sing that song in the movie. He sings that song. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Oh my God, I haven't seen that movie in forever. Oh, there's something here. There's a connection here. Someone's like a Mel Gibson fan or not, or I don't know. There's something there though. About Conspiracy Theory, the movie. Maybe not. Okay. First, maybe like for like one person, there is. But with that song is what they're giving me here. Sorry, digression. Is your... I'm just... Because they're showing me when he's in the car and he's watching her on the treadmill. And she's singing the song. And he's in the car and switching the radio station to figure out which station she's listening to. And then finally, I love you, baby, and if it's quite all right, I need you, baby, to warm a lonely night. Okay, so then he's like in sync with her, and he's, oh, okay. So that's kind of where you are here, and you move from that phase. Now you're Jerry from Conspiracy Theory. Ha ha. Okay, now you move to where you make some big moves here, because this is, I mean, everything about all three of these cards is telling me that you're moving forward. Action, that you're actually taking action moving forward. Some of you, this has already popped and played out, where the harmony is happening. It's already just like started, and you're about to get into a good groove with this other person, whether it's love, career, or roommate situation. And for others of you, this is like about to pop. And this is about to pop. This is how it happens. It's actually showing up incredibly magical. Even that movie, I don't know, there's a little bit of this magical quality to the film, and it's all from Mel Gibson's performance. Like everything. He really brought the whole Geronimo. You know, it's like you go with him there, and there's something about this light of yours that allowed you to just go there. Remember, Jerry was like this post-traumatic stress disordered MK Ultra victim of the government. Like there's this whole, he's got this super sad, destructive history that he wasn't, okay? And then how does he meet her? Oh yeah, it's like the lawyer, there's like the office, and he just comes upon, what's her name? You know, Julia Roberts' character in the film, and that kind of starts the story. But for you, you have your own star. She was like a star to him. He was just like in awe. And I did pick up something with staring earlier, but I felt like that was for like a personal reading. But what this is like a moth to a flame. Once you overcome this, once you do the work for your hermit moment, when you kind of go within and you're like, okay, this is why I couldn't accept love into my life. Okay, it hurts. Okay, because when you do this, you go up to the top of the mountain to feel the pain. You're not numbing it You're not Wolf of Wall Street in the back of the garage. You're fully cognizant, you're sober, you're walking into this with the intention of coming out the other end, come hell or high water. So you're going on this odyssey, this own little personal odyssey. You go up to the top of the mountain, you go in your alone time, and you feel the pain. You let yourself feel that pain that you didn't want to feel, that you don't like to feel, that you weren't, maybe if you felt it before, you were like indulging in like, I'm the victim type of pain, where this is serving the purpose of spiritual evolution. So you're going up, you're feeling the pain. And when you feel the pain, when you let yourself feel it the very worst and just let yourself feel it in private, what floods your consciousness are all kinds of things, thoughts, images, questions. Why this, why then, why that person, why me, how did this happen? How could it happen? All of those questions, all of those thoughts flood your whole freaking face. Speaking of faces, if anyone wants to know why I make so many faces, it's because my whole life happens on my face. That's why I don't like people staring at me, because it's like every thought or emotion that every fleeting thing, it's just on my face. My life happens on my face, okay? Can't do anything about it. Anyway, so it's it's just hitting you in the face, and when you ask those questions, when you demand answers, when you're going through all of this and you're feeling it, you're just feeling it, you're feeling the memories, you're feeling the icky, gooey, horrible things, you're uncovering repressed memories, you're feeling all of that. That's when you're in a state to get your answers. That's when you finally achieve this. That's when the light goes on. That's when you get an answer back. That's when you have your own realizations, your own epiphanies, your own language of mysticism and esoteric arcane knowledge. See, that's one thing about being psychic, starting the Artigan, is I'm not here to be like a spiritual leader. I want you to have your own spiritual experiences. I want you to have your own psychic experiences. The funnest part about being psychic is watching it work. Every day I get emails from personal readings. Oh my, I love it. I love it. I really do. It's not just like my ego. I really love it. I really like to see this thing that I'm doing, what I'm able to do, helping people. Literally changing vibrational energies and structures and matrices. Okay? So it's what you're doing is a big deal. So I just want you to know that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Okay. So when you're in all of that, the light goes on. You start to have epiphanies. You start to self-soothe. You start to actually take care of yourself. Where now your consciousness has this light to follow. It has this benefic, angelic, loving influence, and this sort of now, not to say that it's right away or that it stays with you and that you have one bad cry and then everything's better again. It's not like that. It's not like that. Okay. But you go through this to understand and, purge out and let go of what you've been holding on to, let go of what you've been pushing down, so that you can actually accept some grace in your life. In the day-to-day too. There's something about your day changing. So you're coming throughout all of this and you're ready to communicate how you feel. It feels like a flood. It feels like it really does. It's like you might try to calculate what you want to say, how you're going to say it. You're going to try to predict how the other person's going to react. But it's not going to go that way. It's not going to go that way, because when you meet this person, some of you haven't met yet, some of you have met, and there's a separate little thing here. Ooh, for some of you, it's career, and you didn't, you kind of self-sabotage because you couldn't accept like good abundance in your life. Okay, but I'm getting strong love, no, love. I was going to say romance, but love. It's love. It's real love. There's only love and truth. This is about love. They're very clear about, they want me to be very clear about this, that this is about real love, true love. Okay. So you think you're going to plan it out, and you're spending a lot of time trying to plan it out while you kind of work through these issues, and you could be still busy, but you have to drop one of these pentacles, and you're going to drop something in order to give this your attention. Because remember, we only have attention and energy and priorities. What's a real priority gets our attention and our energy. And so you're going to make you're going to make this a priority at some point. And I will make washing my hair a priority too. Okay, so yeah, you think you're going to plan this out, but when it comes to the moment, oh, I'm getting so like warm again. When it comes to the moment, that's a real moment. This moment is directly with this moment. Like when you said no in the past, it's like a slingshot. There's something about moving timelines. Because the Wheel of Fortune is like, it could be but it's connected to this. It's sort of like you get the wheel going, like you move the wheel, you turn the wheel, things, it's a huge reversal of your fortune. Oh, that's what it is. Thank you. It's a huge reversal of your fortune, because your karma that you've been working through, let me put it this way, you've been working through karma. This person, the boy, has been working through karma of saying no to the Holy Grail, saying no to this divinity, this chance, this opportunity, this whatever this is. They had energetic repercussions of that decision that they have been dealing with. It could, and it's part of, think about it, if this, they keep telling me July 22nd, eclipses. This is eclipse season energy. So last July 22nd, this July 22nd, January 22nd. I don't know. Something about that. Something about 4/2/2. I don't know. So there's something there for some, maybe one person about that. Oh, why do my hands feel weird? Oh, that's weird. Okay. So this is part of that karma that you're working through, that this person's working through, having said no to this thing before, this wonderful, beautiful thing before. And you're going to feel so much better. See, you're overthinking it. You come from a personality who overthinks, who thinks a lot, who is very stressed out, very anxious. And I feel like part of you is a little bit sort of controlling, like this Four of Pentacles, like you, and this is all part of this is part of the past. Like you're not moving, you're not in that energy, you're moving out of that energy, because love and that energy does not like coexist. So you're like detoxing your heart, you're letting go of everything that was keeping you chained and holding you back from accepting true love in your life. That's what the first card out, that's what this person's doing with this hermit phase. But when they come, and this is part of the hermit phase, like they're trying to plan it all out. When this person comes out of the hermit phase, it's like bada bing, bada boom. It's very much like Bonnie and Clyde. Let's do, okay. It's just, it's, and when you, and like I said, you're tweaking out, you're stressing out, anxiety about this thing again, because you already rejected them. So the roles are reversed. Now you're sort of like intimidated by like, oh, I turned them down. Oh God, embarrassing. But so you're overthinking that. You haven't talked to this person yet, so you're judging. See, you misjudge them once, don't misjudge them again. I'm not scary. Don't be scared of me. I just speak very passionately. So you think you know, but you don't. You misjudged this person once. Do not misjudge them again. You can't predict this person. You can't predict anyone's behavior. So don't like, I don't want to see anyone unnecessarily suffering. Only necessarily suffering. Okay, so there's no reason to be tweaking out, super nervous, overthinking, over preparing is what I feel, is what they kind of gave me. So once you actually, like, face to face, when you're up in front with this person, you really, and this has come up before with this energy, you really do have this outpouring of emotion. You really do have this overflow of feeling like there's so much to catch up on. Part of me is feeling like there's so much to catch up on. There's so much to fill in the blanks, because the Eight of Staves, you could even actually be traveling to this person, or this person could be traveling to meet you. There's something about crossing distance. So even the Knight has to cross. Remember, he's got that little, like the sorry, I just like snap, crackle, pop. To cross over the stream is what I was trying to say. So when you actually meet this person, how this applies, it's going to be, number one, you're feeling still at the bottom a little bit. You're still sort of insecure. You're still sort of like, spread a little bit thin. King of Wands, there's this other, now that we know there's this other entity, this other person trying to, drag on you, and you're just trying to get back to the Holy Grail is really what this is. So the Holy Grail and you are pretty much good to go. I really feel like that, because the Eight of Staves is telepathic communication. It could be travel. It's also text messages, phone calls, emails. It's communication. It's talking. So you go from, this is what you're going to be moving into after you kind of finish up your hermit work. I like that. Your hermit work. You're doing hermit work. So when you go ahead and finish that hermit work, you are going to move into communicating with this person. So that tells us that instantly, because for some of you, this door is still closed, where you haven't made contact with this person yet. You have not talked to them. You have not broached this subject. You haven't explained. I mean, it's very, far from all of that. So this is at the point that you communicate with this person. That in itself, that first little thing, that one text, that first email, that one phone call, the first handshake, whatever this is, that is the beginning of the next epoch. That is the beginning of the next era. That is really like the door is so closed to the past. That's when you're really like, yeah, I want to live. I want to make it. I want to survive. That's really what it comes down to after this, is that you're following the light back to yourself. This is a person who brings you back to yourself. This is a person who could really hold love for you. And it makes you feel like you're on top of the world. It's like you're at the bottom with the hermit, like you're really going through the past, taking out all the skeletons in the closet, and you're feeling crummy, and you're working your way out of that. You're really anxious and tense, like, oh my God, are they going to accept me? And then when you communicate with them, you will feel so much better. They make you feel better. They make you go from 0 to 100. There's something special about this person. This Knight of Cups is very sentimental and very love, feeling very romantic also. So you could be dealing with a romantic person, or you can be a romantic person yourself, and you're getting back to that, because I'm not picking up romance in these other energies. I feel like the romantic part of you was hidden or forgotten, or you just sort of got away from yourself. You were whatever happened to you, whatever you went through that made you turn down true love before, that was alienating you from yourself. This is all being worked out through this hermit work that you're doing by following your guiding light, your North Star. Oh, you guys are going to talk a lot. I feel myself talking different right now. Okay, we're going to do the 20-minute thing and we'll come right back. Hold on. Boom, baby. So I even feel different, like the way I'm like, number one, I'm super warm, but number two, I feel like you two are just gonna, it's like you start the conversation and then it doesn't ever end. Like, even if you guys are, you know, you go on a guy's night out or girls night out or guy's vacation, girls vacation for 2 weeks and you come, it's like nothing, like you just, or if you haven't seen it, you pick up, every time you talk to this person, it's like you never stop talking to them. But you haven't really started this, is what I'm getting. You just haven't really started it. There was an offer that was rejected. That was it. That was it. It was just an offer. No, that was it. Okay, so there's a lot to, this is this start, this Wheel of Fortune is waiting for you. Yeah, you guys are going to talk a lot. I feel so, let's start clarifying. One or both of you are super chatty, or you're both super introverted, quiet, where you don't share how you really think and feel to anyone, but you do to each other. This could be best friends, like I said, roommate situation. It could be, I'm getting so much love though, strictly love. For some of you, they're telling me that I need to paint the picture for you. Because all you're using your imagination to do is imagine the worst. That you need the storyteller to tell you a story of what's going to happen with this, so that you have some faith, so that you have, it's part of your light to look at, to follow in the darkness. Okay, please clarify these cards on the table. What do we need to know in order to move forward, in order to move this forward for the people involved? What messages want to come through for the people involved that I am channeling? What messages want to come through and need to come through? Please clarify the Hermit for us, please. Interesting. I was sort of hesitant to come on and do this. I had just done, you know, my other personal readings, and something about this one was I was sort of, You're channeling some huge energy here. Huge energy. You're realizing that you were sold out by one or both of your parents. You realize that they gave you matrices, they gave you structures and ways of behaving that are outmolded, outdated, dysfunctional, betraying who you really are, betraying what you're really all about. If you were romantic, that was lost. If you were a loving type of Romeo type person, it was left in childhood or young adulthood. There was a crystallization of you going forward. It was to stay in line. It was just, this is like toxic masculinity. It's very much that perhaps your father taught you that a real man does XYZ, and XYZ has to do with never opening up, always being a workaholic, always being busy, and always fearing the worst, and never, they're giving me a whole lot. So just go with this and just grab onto what's really yours. They're giving me that there's structures that you grew up in. There's the structures are the mind. It's mental structures. There's mental structures that you grew up with, that you thought this is how it works. This is how it's supposed to work. And anyone that steps outside of that's going to die. They're going to get buried. It doesn't work. It doesn't lead to success or happiness. They sold you out. Your parents, someone influential, an authority figure, sold you out to buy into a lie. You propagated a lie. You helped propagate a lie, and it betrayed you on a soul level. It betrayed what you're really about. It betrays what you're really here to do. That's why you could not accept true love when it was offered to you here. That was like a flood of information. They showed me LA, but they showed it looked like different. And it looked like, I'm guessing it was you when you were a kid, someone when they were a kid. Doesn't have to be LA, but it was walking down the sidewalk and not stepping on the cracks. I don't know if that resonates for anybody, but it's not stepping on the cracks. And it's interesting because I feel like this is where this is connecting to this energy right here. If you were being brought up in a very, this could be a cultural thing, a strict cultural, you know, where the man is like this and the woman's like this, you know, and you didn't rebel instantly because you cared about being accepted. There's a lot of like, not cultish, but just you wanted to be accepted. You wanted to be a respectable member of society. You really cared. It's like you grew up caring what the Joneses want, what everyone thinks of you. There's some huge emphasis on what other people think of you and following convention. And it was a lie. It was a lie. You said they set you up. And don't take it personally if it's your parents. They could have just been going on they sold out. They were sold out by their parent. You know, no one's really thinking for themselves. It's like you're the one to break the chain. You're the one to break the cycle ancestrally so that you can heal your ancestors for doing something that no one else was able to do. In this case, it's true love. Oh, but they're telling me that growing up, when you were trying to, back to the sidewalk, when you were trying to conform, when you were learning early to just sublimate your personality, I'm getting a peacekeeper. I'm getting a repressed peacekeeper that you were trying to keep. Oh, I don't like when I do that. When you were trying to keep the peace, you wouldn't say what you really think or how you really feel because you wanted to make everyone else happy. And they're saying that if you had any kind of OCD, like not stepping on the cracks, and if you're neurotic now, or if you suffer from insomnia now, or if you have like mental tics, it stems from the stress of that when you were a child. When you wanted to, if you were a little boy and you wanted to wear pink and you grew up in like the 50s or you know, and it was like, what the fuck, get that fuck, you know, and you were met with like, oh my God, you were traumatized from like the color pink because it wasn't like a manly color at the time, whatever. Then, and now you have just little mental tics and maybe you're anxious, anxiety, worried, stressed, fear, all that stuff. It comes from when you were trying to be who you really are, when you were trying to express yourself as a true individual, and they just, that's where that stress comes from. So you can let this go. The mental anxiety, if you're mentally anxious, if this is applying, it might not be, I saw from a child's perspective looking down at the ground and the sun, like it was like light everywhere. That's why I'm feeling like it was LA. It does not have to be LA. It could be like anywhere else in the world that's super sunny all the time, whatever. But I feel you, like where you're like, I don't want to not step on the cracks. Like you got over that. I know you got over that because you grew up into a King of Wands. We know that. So you did get over any kind of OCD type of tic, but the remnants of that are in your mental space now, okay? Someone's like overtaking my energy here, I swear to God. This is like, who am I connecting to? Hey, nice to meet you. Because now I'm like really getting like, I can see like your childhood here, okay? Let's clarify the Two of Pentacles for you. And for everyone here for the Scooby Snacks, you're getting like a real show. Two of Pentacles, please. Can we please clarify? Oh boy. Ego, entitlement. It's like you have, this is literally the dude on the rock when everyone's trying to get at him, but he has the literal higher standing to make demands. This is you kind of using your leverage in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, we know you grew into a King of Wands. We knew you grew up to overcome OCD tendencies and such and such. They're telling me that you mistake asserting your ego with expressing your individuality. That's crucial for you. That was something that's like in the background and you're like living your life, living your life, living your life. and you're asserting your ego, like in your work, it's staying busy, you're asserting your ego, but you think that it's you being an individual, and it's not at all. You're just, they're giving me bully. I don't want to think that about you, but it's the truth, I guess. That you are kind of just pushing, not pushing your weight around, but it's like, well, it's not supposed to freeze after only 10 minutes. So this is you sort of entitled, is really what I'm getting from this. See how he's literally higher than everybody else? Literally higher than all these other people. It's like he feels entitled. It's you in your, not in, it's like when you're being busy, when you have a lot of work on your plate, that's what makes you, it pleases your ego to be super busy, to have everyone wanting your attention, wanting to be around you. And, but that's what that is. It's an ego. You're confusing being busy and your ego with self-expression and being you successfully. It's not the same thing. Okay, so you can let that go. You can let that go. You don't always have to be, remember the monkey with the swinging to the tree? You don't always have to be that overwhelmed mentally to be successful. I feel like, and it's part of the structure that you grew up in, is that you were indoctrinated into the system of thinking like, oh, I always got to be busy. I always got to be working. I got to take the overtime. I got to be a workaholic. I got to stay, and that it makes you like, it's like you constantly need that kind of attention, and you're realizing that you're really running in circles, that you're not really, it's not expressing yourself. It's just being busy for the sake, it's busy work for the sake of busy work, for the ego. So that's something that you're realizing in your hermit work, is how much your ego really drives your life, and how your ego betrayed you because you made a misjudgment. Let's get to that. Clarify the Four of Cups for us, please. Four of clubs. I said clubs. I wanted to say cups. What did I just say? Your ego betrayed you. How do you feel about that? Oh, you feel terrible. You feel awful. You feel absolutely terrible. Couldn't be more filled with regret that you turned down a beautiful holy grail chalice of love. You feel terrible. You regret it sincerely. That's why this moment is connected to when you communicate with whatever you turn down, however that applies. Only when you communicate with whatever you turn down does it end the spell of regret, of shame, of guilt, of fear, of hermit work. It's like you're keeping yourself. You might be overindulging in the hermit work. After I explain all of this, you can tell me, you can tell yourself, okay, I let that go, I let that go, I understand that, I can let it go, now I understand that, now I can let that go, I understand why I did that, I can let that go. You can understand about yourself when you're ready to let it go, but only when you've let all that go and communicate with this will you stop feeling that regret. It's really heavy. It's very, very, and it's like, it's like there was this point, and it's not, let me tell you something. So this holy grail that's coming into your life, it signifies, it was a foreshadowing of the next epoch, of the next phase of your life, the next really big part of your life. It was a bit of a foreshadowing. This was all ending. You were already on the track to end all of this stuff. This was a catalyst for change. This person's showing up as a huge wheel of fortune in your life. It's just this, it just happened to be the boom, the bada bing, bada boom type of element, because this structure always wanted to come the fuck down, okay? This structure always wanted to come down. It was always going to come down. It was never meant to survive. You got this far, okay? Great, you got this far. You're safe enough. You're ready to let it go. And lucky you're not letting it go without knowing what's ahead of you. You're letting it go, knowing exactly what's ahead of you, knowing exactly what you're about to walk into, knowing exactly what the future looks like for you. So you're in a very auspicious, fortuitous, fortunate position. And I hope you feel grateful for that. I think you do. I think at the end of the day, you feel like, you know what, I do have a lot to look for. It's like you're ending all of this, you're dealing with it, you're doing your hermit work, and then you're at the end of the day, you know, you're still tweaking out, you're still stressed out, but at the end of the day, you know that you have a chance. Where your ancestors, your parents, whomever, they didn't, or they don't feel like they do. They don't think that they do. They're so perpetuating this like toxic, you know, structure that they're like lost to it. They're maybe some of them, you know, old age, it does different things to different people. It's going to solidify some of these people. It's going to really soften up others. So, okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles, reaching with my tentacles for the pentacles, feeling so ethical about the pentacles, knowing it's money. You distracted yourself from the emotional to chase the pentacle. Look at this. Ace of Cups and the Moon. To clarify the Four of Pentacles. You... a lot of emotion with you. A lot. See, you buried it down or you numbed it. Okay? You were either... who's like a wonderful archetype of avoiding commitment, avoiding issues, avoiding just like total la 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 la. You were either that, you were either like, I'm totally not seeing this right now, it's like cognitive dissonance, or you were like Wolf of Wall Street and you were like, you know, you were just like going crazy with like numbing yourself with food, sex, drugs, alcohol, power, money, girls, guys, everything. So you were, but it's really like you're an emotional person. So it took a lot to numb you out. And you kept yourself, you really had a whole machine of the machinery of your life was really all about covering this up. And you don't know that until right now, maybe. Maybe you figured it out before you hit play, or maybe you're figuring it out now. But you were covering it up. You were totally distracting yourself with work, being busy, throwing your weight around at work, finding ego validation in your career. It's like you can make any demands, basically. This Seven of Wands, you can make any demand you want. You have the standing. You actually do have the standing. So it's ego driven though. So you were doing that for ego. And over here we have you, secrets are spilling. Secrets are spilling out. Ooh, painful. Sorry, that was a weird noise. I'm telling you, the face, I can't control the face. The Four of Pentacles is money related. There is a whole like financial, I feel like you could have either come from not poverty, but not inherited wealth. You did not come from inherited wealth. You did not come with like a leg up. It's very survival instinct with you, is what I'm getting. Like when I started singing the Pentacle song, it's very like a fear of not having enough, a fear of not being enough, like actually associating your self-worth with your career, with your money, with your ego, with your outward materialistic success. Emotionally, your emotional life showed up so poor, so poverty, so lacking, so without, very miserable. It's really like all you had was your career. All you had was your work, your pentacles, your ego. And you were able to live life like that for a while, it feels like. Because like I said, all of this was going to come to an end all on your own, without your Wheel of Fortune, without the star. You know, screw the star, screw the Holy Grail of... And actually, here we go. This is it. This is it. This is the Holy Grail. This is what they said no. This is what you said no to. Screw the Holy Grail. Screw the star. Screw the Wheel of Fortune. This is all about you. You were always meant to evolve out of this. You were always meant to go through this transformation. So for anyone that's discrediting you and saying, oh, well, you're only changing for so-and-so. Oh, you became so different after you got with so-and-so. You know, that's just stupid. They're taking the credit away from you, and it's wrong because you're the one doing the inner work. You're the one doing like the cleanse, okay? So what you are doing, look at all this emotion. This is overflowing. This has to pop. This is a bubble that's got to burst. The moon is a phase. It's like secrets got to come out. Things got to come to light. So you're putting a lid on all of this. So this is part of what has to come out either with the hermit work that you're doing, or it might even, if this is love, this will continue to, this is so much emotion that it's like, it's your life. It's like the next, like you're just an emotional, this is the beginning of you being more honest and authentic emotionally. So it'll be work that you do with your Wheel of Fortune as well. Like just in a love relationship, just in the natural giving and receiving of love, it's going to heal you. And you're going to get this, you're going to get because remember, rest assured, harmony is coming. Like we already know how it ends. We already know that you guys end up together, that it all works out. So this is just, I guess, helping the boy. I don't know who you are in this situation, but helping this person do the last of their hermit work so that they can actually make contact with mothership. Okay? Yeah, you were just like, this is a lot of repressed anger, repressed rage, repressed. Because remember when they showed me you on the sidewalk, it's like you're telling yourself, oh, I can't have OCD. I have to grow up and make so much money so that everyone loves me. That's going to make you angry. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're like 80 or 20. Like that anger in the childhood, like that's going to be, that needs to come out. Like that needs to be expressed, rightfully so. Because remember what we said about anger yesterday, boys and girls? What did we say about anger yesterday? We said that anger serves a purpose in our lives. Okay, it's boundaries. And were they crossing your boundaries? Yes, they were. They were crossing your boundaries, telling you, oh man, okay, I'm getting angry for you. We're going to calm that down. Okay, you got it all going on your own. You don't need me to help be angry. So yeah, perspective there. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Let's get to the Nine of Swords. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so happy to see the sun here. You are really mentally changing your life because you're changing your mentality. There was something very dysfunctional about your mentality, about how you were thinking, what you were thinking, why you're thinking, what you're thinking, the monkey mind, and what you were putting your focus on, your energy and attention into mentally. And that's being healed now. The sun's going to heal you. It doesn't matter if it came out with like whatever. The sun is always like the highlighter of the zodiac. It's the happiest card in the deck. It's the happiest card in the deck with your negative mental state. So you're going to come into a refresh mentally. You're going to have some mental peace after this little hermit work is done. Okay? You're going to move away from negative thoughts. You're going to have better control over your mind. You're going to have more control over your mind because you're recognizing how out of control you actually were when you thought you were in control. You thought you were controlling your life, steering your life, but actually you were being directed by outdated toxicity and fucked up structures that you inherited that don't really belong to you, that really aren't in alignment with who you really are. The sun is all about self-expression. So now you're going to think your own thoughts. Really. You're going to really think your own thoughts. You're moving away from negative thoughts, the swords pointing down. You're moving away, finally, thank God. You're moving away from self-criticism, from doubt, from fears, from insecurities. And you're moving towards the sunlight. You're moving towards this happy baby moment where you can be vulnerable and happy and carefree and optimistic. And you're looking towards your future mentally with awe. I need you, baby. Okay. Can't take my eyes off of the sun. Look at, he has the world in his hands. He's looking right into the sun. You're looking into the sun and you like what you see. You're looking at your holy grail. You're looking at your wheel of fortune. You're following your star. This is like the fire of the star, okay? These luminescent energies of the planets and the luminaries, you're ready for it. And you're looking at it with a very, like, I'm ready. You're walking into it and like no one's pushing you. No one's pushing you. This is why I started off so in awe of you, because I can feel it that you're not, no one's pushing you to do this. In fact, people are trying to keep you back from this. People are trying to like keep you down, keep you negative, keep you pessimistic and jaded and whatever the hell else. And you're doing the hard work yourself. You're doing the conscious effort yourself. And you're getting healing. Sexual healing? I don't know. Okay, so let's move it along. Let's move it to the Knight of Pentacles. They love me. They really love me. The Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles is quite... this is how you see this person. So this is so super, super, super lovey-dovey here. Because the Queen of... This is how you see this person. Your star, your holy grail, your wheel of fortune. That's who this person is for you. Your Queen of Pentacles. They don't have to be a Taurus or a Virgo or a Capricorn. They're channeling earthy energy. You're approaching someone who is extremely loyal. Loyal, confident. It could be a philanthropist. She has her own pentacle. It doesn't have to be a woman. Blur the signs, ages, genders. This person is self-made. This person built themselves from the ground up. This person could be a philanthropist, a charity organizer, a charity donator. They can help the needy or the poor or the sick or something. They could help people beneath them. They could... Oh, she's showing it very sexy, and I never see her this way. It's the red and the white. The red roses of pure desire and the white lilies of pure thought. There's something very yummy about her for you. Very yummy. It could also be a little bit of... I'm not even going to say that. I'm not saying that. You're going to have to choose another channeler. I'm not saying that. It was really dirty. It was dirty. Okay, anyway, so she's showing up very stable for you. Very, like, she's your anchor. So she, like I said, the star, holy grail, and wheel of fortune for you. But that's what you want. That's what you're moving towards. That's what you're trying to meet her in her element. Like, you're trying to be the Knight of Pentacles to approach the Queen of... You're trying to read this person. You're trying to figure out what they want. What will they allow into their sphere? And you're overthinking it. You're overthinking it because I'm telling you, once you just start talking to this person, I feel like you're kind of building it. See, but that's what you're coming out of. You're like building this whole big manifestation in your mind of how it could all go horribly wrong. And you don't have to do that. All right, let's get finally the good part. The Eight of Staves, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Cups. For whomever I am channeling, please clarify. The Eight of Staves, the Wheel of Fortune. This is going to be so long. They want me to break it up. Come on. Release me. I want to go out. Okay. They told me to break it up. We're going to do the Eight of Staves first. I have to just do what they tell me, you guys. It's very humbling. People don't realize being a psychic is extremely humbling. Da 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 da. You're just too good to be true. You've conquered my heart, is what I just heard. Don't look at me. This is having to do with what you actually communicate to this person. You basically tell them that they are the apple of your eye. You've been watching them, you admire them, you respect them. You sort of pedestal this person, probably because you see them as the star, you see them as the holy grail of love and relationships, you see them as the wheel of fortune. So of course, what you communicate is going to be very complimentary, it's going to be very sweet, it's going to be very interesting. They're giving me that you're going to sort of lead with pleasing their ego. Like you're going to compliment them on something. I don't know if it's that they're attractive or that their clothes are nice or the work they do. You're going to find something to compliment. But I feel like this is really big. This is like respect. Like they're on a pedestal to you, which is interesting because you were before elevated from everybody else. And this is someone who you look up to. So it's a very big deal for you. And you're going to communicate to that. You're going to communicate that to them. And that's a big deal for you too. Sort of like, see how she has this little rabbit here? It's sort of like if you're approaching her, you go, I just love the rabbit wildlife rehabilitation center that you put up down the street. I passed by it on my way to work and I read the plaque about you and I just thought it was the sweetest thing that someone is taking some time for the rabbits in the world. You know, it's something like that. It's very much, you find something that you admire about this person and that's how you're going to start the conversation. You're saying, oh, you know, I looked at your, whatever. Remember, I saw your architectural drawings and I was blown away. I couldn't believe what I was looking at, and I'm just so honored to meet the person who created those sketches. I mean, this is really cool. Something like that is how you lead into it. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune next. Oh. Damn. I don't want to take it, but they're telling me to take it. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Long-term happiness, stability. This is my Oma card because it's like you build a life with someone. The Two of Swords, stalemate, stagnation, not able to take a decision, having the energy but no direction. The Strength card, Beauty and the Beast. This is so Beauty and the Beast right now. And then the Five of Swords is like bad conflict, real strife. Not just hitting each other with sticks, but trying to draw blood. Okay? You take a wild guess, not based off of my hair, who's Beauty and who's the Beast in this situation. This was you as the Beast. All about your ego, all about fighting, all about conflict, all about asserting your agenda, oh my God, no one wins is what you're figuring it out. You're figuring out that he's smiling because he doesn't know better. He can't tell that he lost 2 friendships by winning this very competitive match. You were a very competitive person, all about the ego. And that's you, the Beast. And then here is your Wheel of Fortune, your Holy Grail, your star. And it's by looking into their eyes. See the eyesight, the line of eyesight between them? It's through looking into this person's eyes that just sort of, it calms you. It's your guiding light. I love that this is really yellow because it is light. It is your fire. It is your star. It is your, it's almost like your vision. This person calms that big old ego right on down, okay? Right on down. With the Two of Swords, with the Ten of Pentacles, what we have here is, what are they going to think? What are they going to, because you're starting this conversation, you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know where it's going to go. You don't know how this person's going to take it. Oh, I rejected them. I regret it. What are they, you know, la-di-di-la-di-da. So you're just, you want to, it's what it feels like is you're sort of debating whether, how much to tell them of how you're planning your future with them. Like, do I tell them that I want to build my life with them, or do I not? Is what I'm getting here. And this wheel of, like, to clarify this wheel of fortune, my God, it's the next era. The next era has to do with you calming yourself down and building this 10 of Pentacles with this person. Whether it's a stable home life, a wonderful career, a company, a love relationship, okay? But it's this wheel that just unlocks this energy where you won't have it. Like, let me put it this way, it won't be hard to control your ego with this person. They're naturally, just being around them is going to calm you down. It's going to chill you out. Last but not least, let's clarify the Knight of Cups. Thanks for sticking with me this long, you guys. This is a big story. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups, please. The Knight of... That's interesting. Oh. We have the Page of Pentacles with the Three of Staves. This is you communicating. Okay, so you're wondering, okay, how much do I tell them that I like love them to pieces? This is your offer. You have, okay, here's the thing. You have an expectation. You do. Here's the thing. You wouldn't go and do this whole thing if you didn't expect it to go well. You are taking a risk. You are taking a leap of faith, but you're not pessimistic. You're optimistic. So for this love energy with this Romeo here, this very sincere feeling, you guys are going to be spending a day together or your days together, making the plans. You're really mapping it out. You're mapping something out. There's expectations here. You have ships that have gone out and you're waiting for them to come back and bring you something valuable. The Page of Pentacles is that day to day. It's getting groceries, putting gas in the car, running errands. This person adds a little bit of excitement and adventure, but at the same time calmness and serenity to the day-to-day. There is something here about an equal give and take, about I'm really drawn to this down here. I don't know why. You're talking about, this before. Remember I said you were so busy, you were distracting yourself, running around, being so busy, validating your ego, making sure everyone wants a piece of you. Okay, that means everything's great. That was your day. Like, that was your whole day revolved around like satisfying your ego and making sure people still wanted your attention, wanted your affection, wanted to work with you, whatever. And making these not ego demands, but just being the top dog. That was kind of what that made you feel good in a day. If you can feel like the top dog, if you can just get your ego validated back to you, which was they sold you out. They really did. Now you're talking about your day with this person and what you both expect it to look like. You're redesigning your life with this person. Yes, you are. It's the nuts and bolts. Or it's a project. I can't feel it out. It's very emotional though. There's going to be a lot more love in your day, where instead of the day revolving around an ego, your day is going to revolve around love. Think about Romeo. Like Romeo would just love to just be in love all day, every day. Like, that's all he wanted, right? That's what you're going to get. That's your expectation. That's exactly what you're going to get. Your day to day is going to be infused with love and affection and caresses and gentleness and like teddy bears and rainbows and butterflies. Okay, I was joking, but you know what I mean. I love you guys forever. I hope you found something valuable and useful out of this reading. If I'm channeling you, whoa. Okay, if you need a personal reading, you can go to theartigan.com/shop. And I don't know what else to say. This is a lot to deal with. Oh no, I know this is. I'm sorry this video's ran so long. I'm super chatty. It's one of you or both of you when you guys get together. You guys have a lot to talk. I hope you know when you're done with the hermit work, when you're ready to close the door on the past and move forward for the days of love. You tell me when you're ready for the days of love. I love you forever. Take care always. Bye.